Really happy to be doing this particular live broadcast for all of you today, right? Um, it's a great day for trading, right? And before we can start, I would request you to please hit yes on the chat if you can hear my voice, and yes on the chat if you can see my screen, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Great. So I'm just waiting for you guys to give me a confirmation on the chat. And once I receive your confirmation, I'll be happy to, uh, you know, move on. All right. Yes, Deepak Kamat says yes. Ambal Wanan is here. Hi, Ambal Wanan. Good morning. Hi, Rajiv. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you in the live, right? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, guys. So now, okay, so yes, without any further delay, let us begin with today's live. In today's live, what we're going to do first is we are going to analyze the market. We're going to see how the market can open, right? Once the market opens, we will we will analyze the charts of the Nifty Bank. Nifty, we'll analyze the markets as a whole, right? And then after that, we will go about picking our stocks. All right, that sounds good. So let us get, gentlemen. All right, all right. So first thing that we need to do is let us have a look at the overnight cues that are coming in the market. So let me have a look at the SGX first. Yeah, when I first give this first glance at the SGX. Okay, guys, what do I see? I see that. It is marginally in the positive. It is 1% up. So I see that the SGX right now is like 1% up. So it's marginally in the positive, but overall, it is sort of, you know, past 2 days were like small candles, and overall it seems to have sort of giving some hint of positivity. All right. So all of us know that the overnight cues that had come in, right, with the most important of those was the rate hike of the Fed, right? All of us in the market, every market participant was waiting for the Fed meeting. And in yesterday's meeting, they have hiked rates by 75 bips, and they've also given an outlook that the rate hike, that can be another round of rate hikes in July. So yes, what the market was factoring in has happened, right? And we are seeing a very hawkish stance from the US Fed. But overall, I can see that the reaction of the market is positive. Why? Because this whole rate hike cycle, this whole inflation arguments was pretty much overdone. Yeah. And I think most of it has been factored in, right, in the prices. So to move on from here, we will have to start looking at fresh cues. Okay. And with that, let me come to the chart of the Nifty, and let me go to the insights column and see what is, to what Dr. C.K. Narayan has to say in today's insights, right? In my earlier lives, I have told all of you guys on how you can sort of get your hands on these particular insights. All you need to do is you need to go to this website cknarayan.com, and like once you are here, right, you can get a hands on this insight. So the okay, तो इसमें मैं आपको इन शॉर्ट में आपको एक्सप्लेन कर लेता हूँ. यहाँ पे लिखा क्या है, मेनली हमने ये लिखा है कि यार जो भी एफ आई का सेलिंग था ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस फेड इवेंट, मोरलेस वो फैक्टर इन हो गया है. ठीक है. एंड लाइक एक ही रीजन के लिए और एक ही ट्रिगर के लिए बार बार एफ आई आर नॉट गोइंग टू कीप ऑन सेलिंग. ठीक है. सो बिकॉज normally professional investors who are in the market, they know how to factor in event risk in advance. All right. So इसलिए most of that has been factored in, and the real slide that is happening in the market, it is because retail money is not entering. ठीक है, जो रिटेल है, जो आप है, जो मैं हूँ, हमारा जो पैसा है वो एंट्री नहीं मार रहा है इन द मार्केट, एंड दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई वी आर सीइंग अ sort of slide in the market, because portfolios has denuded by 30-40%. तो जो भी जो स्मॉल कैप और मिड कैप इंडेक्स जो है, हमने देखा है कि दैट इज द इंडेक्स सिंस अक्टूबर नवंबर ऑनवर्ड्स हैज शोन अ करेक्शन ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 20-30%, राइट. अगर इंडेक्स में उतना करेक्शन आया है तो जो स्टॉक्स और पोर्टफोलियोज है दैट इज क्लोज टू 30-40%, बिकॉज ऑफ this high level of correction that we are seeing, like in small caps and mid caps. A large amount of the retail money that is there is not able to enter into the market. All right, so that was more or less a broader view of what was happening. And if I have to sort of come down, and if I have to give a more narrower view of what is happening, right? So like what I would say is, I would go here that the first thing that the SGX is above 15,800. 15,800 was an important support zone that is being held, and even in yesterday's market another important support zone of 15,650 was being held. All right, so we have had 3 higher bottoms already, okay, on the intraday charts of the Nifty. And normally if you guys are followers of WD Gant, what he says is that speedy moves will always emerge out of the third or fourth bottom. So there is a high likelihood that the bottom that was made can be held on. All right, so and in today's market, owing to the positivity in the SGX, we can expect some short covering possibilities, right? So now what we need to see is, we need to see how far up can we go, right? And for how far up can we go, we have mentioned some targets also and some stop losses also. Let us go to the chart and have a look at these. Okay, so what we are seeing here is the daily chart of the index. All right, so the first resistance, right? Okay, I can see that we got 2 small body candles which was indecisive, right? So if we have to get a rise from here, the first resistance will be this gap area. ये वाला जो gap है, it will be the low of this gap. The next resistance definitely will be on the upper end of this gap, right? So we have around 15,950 है यहाँ पे. We have around 16,200 as another area, and the third, if you see, there was a former gap here, so we can use this area as a third resistance. So if I have to give some levels on the top, definitely it has to be 15,950, 16,200 and 16,675. So these are the 3 zones for the Nifty that we can expect if we have an up move. And what about our stop loss or our for a down move? Then stops for this trade would be 15,700 on closing basis. So we will abandon all our bullish ideas if the Nifty is going to close below 15,700, but on a day closing basis. All right, so I think I have given you all significant color and flavor on how you can analyze the Nifty, yeah. and we've been doing that consistently through these live sessions. If you people who have been attending our live sessions, you will see for the past 10-15 days, the only thing that we've been talking about is bearishness in the Nifty, even when the market has rallied, right? Even in our reports that we do our weekly reports, we do our midweek reports, right? And even in these live sessions, we've been indicating that the 16200 16300 area is holding on really strongly, and the market is not able to sustain above that, right? Even when the market rallied up, we were the people who told you that this rally will not sustain and we will see another sort of decline, and now we've got that decline. Okay, so we've been tracking this whole move on the Nifty through this live session and through the reports that we post, right? If any of you are wondering how to get your hands on those reports, we are posting these reports for free on our Telegram channel, right? The link of our Telegram channel will be given on the chat, so you can click on the chat and get a hold of that link. But definitely all of you all should go and you all should read the reports that we write, because this whole move we managed to catch on this report. Okay, so that was the important price action zones that you people will have to look at in the Nifty. Let me draw a broader retracement and see what is happening. Yeah, and if I'm going to draw like a broader retracement, what I see something very similar. I see that the similar levels are being respected. All right. Okay. Okay, so it is almost time for the market to open now. So let me go to the dashboard, right? And I see that it is 9:15. So since it is 9:15, what we'll do first is I want to go and I want to have a look at what is happening today on the NeoTrader dashboard. All right, so I want to see how the market has opened, what are the stocks that have started moving. I know that we've not yet covered the Bank Nifty chart, but since the market is open, let us have a look at the sectors first and the stocks first, and then we will move on to the Bank Nifty. All right, so the first thing that I see here is that all the indices are on the green, as we expected it to be. We saw that the SGX was up, we saw the global indices were up, so there is no surprise that we would have a positive opening today, and we seem to have had a positive opening. Yeah, I see from the I can see that IT stocks are definitely present on the gainers list, right? And we also have some losers here, but the losers are not in deep red, because this entire particular, this whole dashboard, this whole indicator here is in green. We have some dark green and we have some small amount of light red, but overall what I'm seeing here is that the market is bullish. Okay, so let me go and quickly have a look at the intraday charts of the Nifty as well. And what does the intraday chart of the Nifty say? There has been a significant gap up opening on the Nifty, and it is directly at the R3 level. Okay, Nifty is directly opened up at the Fibonacci R3 level, and if it gives a breakout above R3 so what will happen now is we will see a gap up, and we will also see a if it closes above R3 and we have another green candle here, we will find a gap up with follow through, right? So that is what will happen, which will be a pretty bullish sign. Okay, now coming back to the dashboard, what do I see now? Let me go and let me change this to open. So let me see how the market is panning out from today's open. I find that the market more or less is the FNO universe more or less is still flat, and immediately I'm seeing some profit booking emerge in LTI. Okay, so if I see from close, right, I saw that like these IT stocks were up, but when I actually move to open, what do I see? I see that LTI is like the top loser, yeah, and that means that some quick profit booking has come down over there, yeah. Let me go and let me choose the Nifty and see what exactly do we have to see for the Nifty. I see that overall the Nifty is also flat, but the heavy weighted stock Reliance is sort of carrying the Nifty ahead. So Reliance is at play. Okay, it is leading, and since a high weighted stock is leading today, right? That is the that is one healthy sign. Bajaj Finance, another heavy stock, right? And then we have HDFC and Kotak Bank, which have not really sort of, participate. Oh, here, see, look, where do we have? We have Kotak Bank here now. Okay, so Kotak Bank also seems to be, wanting to participate in this particular like rally attempt. So we have Reliance, we have Kotak Bank, we have Bajaj Finance, right? All of these are high weighted stocks, and as long as we have these high weighted stock participate in the rally of the Nifty, right, we can see a better move. Okay, so we will have to see how this unfolds today. The next would be the Nifty Bank. So let me go to the Nifty Bank and I see the same thing. I see Kotak Bank, uh, uh, a very important player here, HDFC Bank, but not so much in participation, HDFC Bank. So mainly the heavy lifting for the Bank Nifty will have to be done by Kotak Bank. All right. So we got an idea of the whole market. We got an idea of the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Let us move in and have a look at the sectors now. So let me go here and let me go to market view, and I'm going to have a look at sectors. I'm going to go here and change this to open from close, and I will be interested in having a look at this particular chart, right? And when I have a look at this particular chart, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you write on the chat and tell me what you see, right? Like, what is the sector that is most at play today? Is the Are all the sectors super active, or most of the sectors neutral today after the market has opened, right? Like, what is it? Please write on the chat and tell me. Is it neutral? Is it like, are sectors active, inactive, right? What is your view? Please share with me on the chat. Yeah, all of you who are online right now. I see like one thing. I see that there is some bit of profit booking in IT sector. That was owing to that sharp gap that we saw on LTI. I can see some small bit of green in financial services. But apart from these two sectors, I find that most of the other sectors are more or less, languishing in the neutral area of the market, right? That is what it actually comes up to. Okay, so if I go down, yeah, what do I find? When I go to financial services, I actually see that Chola Fin, Bandhan Bank, and Shriram Transport Finance. These are the top three stocks that are in play in financial services, because we saw that some action was happening there. And if I look at IT, I find that IT there is a small dash of red. You can see the small dash of red. I think the small dash of red would be because of the move in our stock LTI. But let's go and see. I can see that LTI is the biggest loser here, followed by Persistent Systems, right? HCL Tech and LTTS. Okay. So if I place the mouse here, I find that 3.2% from open. So pretty steep cut we are seeing in LTI, right? And if I look at Persistence, 1.3%, HCL Tech 1.2%, and LTTS 0.8%. Okay, LTTS has not fallen so much, but HCL Tech, Persistence, and LTI definitely are seeing some bit of profit booking, yeah. And in pharma, there is the Glenmark and Torrent Pharma. that are, and the third one is IPCA from the bottom. The leader is Alchem, Loris Labs, and Abbott. Okay, so on the leadership front, we don't see any big stocks leading the pharma industry. Uh, okay, so that is one thing. The energy sector, definitely Reliance is taking the lead. The Reliance is a sector in itself, and I think when Reliance is going to be making a move, or considering its weightage, the market always follows. Yeah. Okay, so if I scroll any lower, what do I see? I've I see more red than green, right? First of all, okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, tell me one more thing. Okay, when we started off seeing the market, right, the market looked like it was going to be very bullish. Okay, it looked like everything was in the green, right? When we actually went and we changed everything to open, and now when we analyze the market from today's open, and when I actually have a look at this whole screen here, what do I find? I find that is more red than green. So I think what is happening in the market right now is that the higher open, the gap up open that has happened is being used to sort of book out of some longs. Yeah, that is what is happening. Yeah, considering the amount of uh, red that we are seeing on the screen. Yeah, but one sector where there is absolutely no red, right? It is all green. Is this PSU banking space? Okay, all the stocks: Can Bank, SBI, PNB, and Bank of Baroda. Yeah, all these stocks are in the green, right? So, and IT is almost now moving into the red now. Only two stocks are positive in the IT sector. All other stocks have become negative. Even in pharma, we can see that the amount of sort of green is reducing, and the sort of balance is tilting towards the red. Same thing on the energy sector, only Reliance is holding it up, and all other items have moved to the red. So as the market is unfolding, we are getting a proper idea as to what is happening and what is going on. Okay, so it's let me now move back to the dashboard and see what is happening here. Again, I will go and change this to open, and I see that the scenario now has completely changed, right? There is far more red now. Yeah, so definitely the bullish view that we came in with, yeah, has to be taken with caution, considering that the market is not yet as upbeat as what we thought it would be. Okay, so I hope all of you all have kept that in mind. And let me go back to the chart of the Nifty, and what do I see here? Yeah, the Nifty has taken a resistance at R3 and has given a lower candle. So I explained to you people very well in the beginning. Okay, right when we started, the Nifty opened at R3. If it opened near R3, that was not our signal to go long in the Nifty. It had to break above R3, and the next candle had to close over here, right? That is when we would have had a gap up with follow through. What we got here was a gap up without follow through, and it seems to be taking resistance at R3 over here. And when I have a look at this dashboard, right, and when we had a look at the sectors very clearly, even without reaching the chart of the Nifty, we knew that it is not going to give any follow through because the stocks are not supporting. Okay, so that is what it is. So right now, no long trade to be taken on the Nifty at all. Absolutely no long trade. Only when we see a breakout above R3 and a higher close over here is when we should think of taking any sort of longs. And not only that, along with a move upwards, we also want to see an improvement in the market breadth, because unless you see an improvement in the market breadth, you will not see the move in the Nifty sustain. All right, so I hope all of you people who came in with a very bullish view and who would have ideally gone and just taken had a very sort of big long position on the Nifty right at open, right? You were able to hold that back for some time, right? So that is the whole idea, because you want to sort of, do your analysis and be sure and take a very informed decision of your trade, right? You don't just want to trade randomly because overall SGX भी up था, market भी up है, सब कुछ up है तो चढ़ जाओ. That is not what we want to do. We want to wait for the market to open. We want to see every variable, right? We want to play out our scenarios and we want to play probabilities, right? So when we analyze the chart in the morning, what we saw that the probability of the move would be high if we had a higher close. But since we did not have a higher close and we did not get follow through, the probability is not high. So we will have to wait for that to happen, and we will have to wait for the probability to tilt in our favor. All of these things we will have to do in order to sort of get into the right trade, right? And if you sort of go about your analysis in the fashion that I've mentioned, it will sort of help you avoid the wrong trades. ठीक है, अभी है ना मार्केट में जो स्टॉक आप खरीदना है या whatever Nifty Bank Nifty trade we want to take, all of us know how to take good trades, okay? But most people don't know how to avoid bad trades. If you follow this process that I've mentioned, you will avoid the bad trades, and as long as you are avoiding the bad trades and you're taking the good trades, your work in the market will be done. All right, so with that, let's have a look at the Bank Nifty chart. I can see that I'm getting a cut on the Bank Nifty as well. So unlike the Nifty, the Bank Nifty opened above R3, right? And it is sort of trying to sustain over R3. So this particular candle that we have here will be very interesting, because we will know whether this candle closes above R3 or closes below R3. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see whether it's going to break this level and move down, or sort of take support at this level and sort of move up. If it has to take support here and move up, we will at least have to see 2 successive green candles. All right, so unless we see 2 successive green candles, we will not initiate a bullish view as yet. But as of now, we need to wait for this particular trade to settle down. Okay, so coming back to the dashboard now, and if I'm going back to the overall Nifty F&O universe now, yeah, and I can see that Crompton is one stock that has come on the heat map. So Crompton here has entered the bullish zone, and if I go to the stock analyzer page of Crompton, what do I see? That Crompton was actually a stock that was down in the week. Yeah, it has fallen 25% this year, 10% in this month, and around 3% in the week. But today it has given a nice up move, almost 2% from open and 3.5% from close. Yeah, but however, what I find is that the momentum dials are in the neutral position, right? I can see both these momentum dials are here in neutral. So not so much in terms of momentum that's happening here. Let me go to the scores. If I go to the scores, I see that the bear score is 70 and the bull score is only 7. So if I have a look here and here and here, Crompton is actually a stock that was in a downtrend, yeah, and it is been down this month, it has been down this week also, and today it is a stock that is giving a reaction. Okay, so it is not a stock that is in an uptrend, but it is a stock that is giving an upward reaction in a downtrend. Like, how do I know that? I know that because I can see red and green, right? And I can see that these two things here are in neutral and not in positive. And when I go to the Ichimoku score, I find the bear score to be 70 and the bull score only to be 7. Okay, so yes, So we should sort of have a look at the Crompton trade from that particular perspective. The pivot range is between R3 to R4, so it seems to be breaking above R3, and the next resistance is going to be 328.7. The stock is already at 327 here, so maybe around like 1 rupee move more we can expect in Crompton. We can expect it to move like 1 rupee higher from here, and that is why if you see that your dials are neutral because momentum is not yet picked up, right? So maybe a room for a 1 more rupee move here. Yeah. Now what else is come? Chola Fin is back. Let us go and have a look at Chola Fin. Yeah. And let us do it from some other page this time, and the page that we will be using will be our favorite CPR page. And in the meantime, I'm coming back to this Bank Nifty and to see what action is happening here, and the fight is still going on at the resistance area. तो LOC में अभी तक war चालू है इसका, right, between the bulls and the bears on the Bank Nifty above R3. So right, we will have to wait for two successive greens or reds to see who is going to win the battle, whether the bulls are going to win the battle or the bears are going to win this particular battle. Okay. And on the Nifty, the bears seem to have gotten a hold of the Nifty over here. Yeah, if you see, it is below R3. At least Bank Nifty, see, if I have a look at Bank Nifty, it is struggling to stay above its R3 level. So there is a possibility that it can take support here and move on. But when I look at the Nifty, it has sort of given up this particular level, and it is actually taking resistance here. See, it was we didn't get a higher close here, right? Over here it took resistance. Over here we had a lower close. Over here we got a big upper shadow, and it looks like we are seeing a successive red candle, but we will only know when this candle is closed. Okay. So are you people getting an idea on how you can analyze the market and analyze the Nifty, Bank Nifty? Yeah, it is very simple. It is not as difficult as people make it out to be. So does any of you think that what I showed you today is difficult? Yeah, or is it easy? Please write on the chat. If it's easy, write easy. If it's difficult, write difficult. Yeah, I have a feeling that it is easy. And if you see our page here, that is very good guidance is being given even before the market opens, right? And at the same time, our reports are also coming, so you can use all of these things to sort of create a view. Okay, now we have reached our new page and our new favorite CPR page. Okay, so I am going to be having a look at all the stocks with narrow and wide CPR. So ये वाले जो भी stocks है, these are all stocks with wide CPR. All of these stocks are the ones with narrow CPR. ठीक है? So काफ़ी सारे stocks है जो आज narrow में है, right? We saw that the past 2 days the market was in a tight range, so it definitely has pushed various stocks to the narrow range, but only few stocks in the wide. From that, there is Star and AU Bank that is in the green. Delta Corp, ONGC and NTPC are in the red. Okay, none of these stocks are like market leading stocks. Yeah, Wipro, Tata Chem, Sun TV, Industar are neutral. ठीक है, तो ये वाले जो stocks है, they will be above the CPR. All of these stocks in red are I think below the CPR. Yeah, and all of these stocks are in neutral. Okay, yeah, all of these stocks that are in gray are between the three lines. And when I look at this narrow, I see quite a large move has emerged. I think that is owing to the gap up opening. Most stocks that were in narrow would have moved above or below their CPR levels. Okay. Now, let us go to all of the interesting part where you people want to see the stocks, right? So I have level 1, right, level 2 and level 3. Okay, the first thing that I'm seeing is I'm seeing more number of stocks in the green than the red. Okay, so the balance is tilted over here today. Again, because of the gap up opening, many stocks would have crossed the level 3, and many of them would have crossed level 2 as well, and quite a few of them have also made it to level 1. Okay, so and on the bearish side, we don't have too many names on the bearish side, yeah, but we do have the important pharma and stock that was down, that is Glenmark. So let us go to the chart of Glenmark. See, since the morning we have been looking at Glenmark. Okay, we saw first in the that it was red on the dashboard. Then when we went to sector view, we saw Glenmark again. In the pharma sector, it was the stock with the deepest cut, and we can see here that it gave a level 1 breakout also. So how could we have actioned the trade in Glenmark? Let us see. We'll go here, and what I have here is I have the CPR, which is nothing but this yellow line here is the CPR. Okay, the pink line is R1. Okay, the red line is R3. So the pink and red lines are your Fibonacci pivots that I have applied here, and your white line is the previous day high, and your red line is the previous day low. Okay, so all of these are very basic indicators. You can there is no specific configuration for this. I know many of you, the last time I showed it, many of you like wrote to me asking that what setting you've done in your chart and what indicator you have put. I have not done any setting. I have only used a basic standard indicator that is available. You can use any of it. You can use any pivot of Fibonacci pivot, any selection. All you do is you just go here in this indicator section, use any one, right? If you want to put CPR, you write CPR here and use any CPR, because I don't rely on any of these indicators that come on TradingView, because whatever I need, I have already getting it inside NeoTrader over here. ठीक है, so मेरे को ये सब already यहाँ पे मिल रहा है. I am only showing you the chart for representational purposes, because you people like to see the chart. ठीक है, so now I am again the Nifty here and the Bank Nifty. Okay, so Nifty Bank Nifty chart, we have already done enough analysis, and we find that the bulls have lost the match. I would not say the match, but the over, okay, has been with the Bears. Okay, because it was when we were last seeing it, we were sort of trying to find out whether the bulls are going to sustain above the R3 level. No, they have given up, and we are seeing another successive dash over here, right? The Nifty also that happened. So pretty much definitely no longs on the Nifty. Yeah, I hope none of you all today initiated any fresh longs in the morning, and if you were in this particular live broadcast, I'm sure that none of you would have initiated any of the longs. Okay, so that was on the Nifty. I think I have already done enough analysis now on the Nifty. Let us look at the stock. Let us look at Glenmark. Okay, so let me write Glenmark and see what is happening in Glenmark. See here, I can see that it gave a one side move, right? It broke below the pivot in the morning itself. The same candle broke S1. It broke your previous day low as well. And normally what happens is, when you have such a strong move in such a short period of time, what you will see is that some reaction is happening. So good idea would be to sort of, if it takes resistance here, okay, if the stock is going to take resistance here, and if we see some red candle here, right, if we see some red candle here, and if we see two successive red candles, and we see the stock coming down, it can act as a resistance, and that will be a good zone to take a fresh short position. Okay, so we will have to wait and see if Glenmark is going to take resistance here. We will not be shorting right now. We will be waiting to see like what happens in the next two to three candles. Okay, so no hurry, guys, no hurry. Okay. I hope that gave you an idea as on what to do. Let us see what is the next stock we have. Gale. Okay, let us see something on the green. Apollo Hospital. Let's see what happened to Apollo Hospital. Yeah. Let me write Apollo Hospital. I'm looking. Okay, so Apollo Hospital is above R1, and it moved above its previous day high, and it seems like it will take support at R1, right? So if Apollo Hospital in the next two candles is going to take support here, and it's going to sort of continue its uptrend, yeah, then we can look for a long trade in Apollo Hospital. But if it breaks below R1, and if it sort of breaks below R1, and it comes here, it is actually at a no trade zone. So when it is at its no trade zone, we don't really want to take a trade in the stock if it is here. We will only take a trade in the stock if it sort of takes support here, and it comes above this white line again. Okay, so that is what we will do in Apollo Hospital. Yeah. Next, Dr. Reddy seems to have come. Dr. Reddy and Deepak Nitrite. Let me go to Dr. Reddy and see what to do in Dr. Reddy. I see something similar happening in Dr. Reddy. It is doing some. It is consolidating at the main resistance area. See, like one thing you all should know will always happen. Like whenever you have a very important resistance or support zone, it is very common to see some sort of consolidation happen there, because at that point the concentration of orders are the most, right? So the number of bulls and the number of bears are the most. So at that point they'll fight a lot. So when these bulls and bears are fighting, you will keep seeing all of that happen, because unka war chal raha hai wahan pe, right? So at such times you need to wait and see who's winning the war, and you need to go and back the winner. In this particular case of Dr. Reddy, you can see it is above CPR, right? And we're looking at a breakout above its resistance, and we're looking for a long. So if the bulls win, we will back that by taking a long trade, right? But say if the bulls don't win, okay, it's not like we will short, okay, because over here it goes into the no trade zone. Okay, and we will have to wait for it to come out of the no trade zone, and we will have to see it make a fresh breakout, and only when that fresh breakout comes, you should take the trade. Okay, so if you use all of these simple tools and techniques, again, you will never take a wrong trade, you will never take a bad trade. Okay, that what I'm saying does not mean that you will never ever make loss, but you will make very small loss, because the number of losing trades will be very minimal, because you're seeing all of these things and you're avoiding a lot of trades, right? Without seeing, if you had done it, maybe you would have gotten into a trade at the wrong time. Yeah, all of these things are being avoided if you do a little bit more of an analysis. Okay, little bit more analysis if you people do now, all of this that you are seeing can be avoided, right? All the wrong trades that happen, any sort of how do I say it, fake breakouts, all of these things that you people see, all of those can be avoided. Okay guys, so what else do we have? I think we can go back and take put some fresh eyes on the dashboard. All right, some fresh eyes on the dashboard can help at this particular moment. What do we see? Yeah, again I do open. Okay guys, so anything, are you people noticing something new? Yeah, I see that PVR has come in here. PVR is in. So let me go and let me check out the stock analyzer page of PVR and see what it has to say about the stock. Yeah, I see that PVR has sort of moved into this bullish zone, and I find that the stock definitely is up in the week, up in the day, hasn't fallen much during the month, and positive in the year. So it is a stock that is in an uptrend. Yeah, it's a stock in an uptrend. The signal, the momentum trend is in buy. Your Ichimoku bull score is 77, and if you see that it is in green, 77 Ichimoku bull score is a very healthy score, right? R3 to R4, so it has broken above R3. 1810, 1817 is the nearest resistance. So I can see a pretty decent picture put here on PVR. So let me write PVR and let me see what is coming here on PVR, and I can see that a superb superb trade has emerged here on PVR. Yeah, and if I look at my CPR page, I see that level 1 I already had PVR. Okay, so if any of you are wondering that from all of the stocks that are in level 1 and which one to look, you need to have a look at the dashboard. If you had a look at the dashboard now, you would know exactly that the stock that you need to look for is PVR, right? Your entry would have been here, move above R3, and that is your target as well. So and I can see that this move in PVR is continuing as well. And another important point to notice, right, is that it has a score of 2. PVR has a score of 2, and I can that is indicative of the fact that PVR was in an uptrend. Okay, so it's very easy to pick out stocks, guys, if you know where to look. Okay, and how will you know where to look? You should see the dashboard, and you should pick out the pages of NeoTrader, and you should see what the stocks that come there. Aisa you just keep 2-3 pages open like this, and you sort of pick out your stocks. You'll be able to find trades like that, almost like that. Okay, then let me go now to the expert alerts page. ठीक है, ये expert alerts page में क्या है, यहाँ पे various technical modules है, and in all of these technical modules यहाँ पे लिखा है कि what stocks are bullish and what stocks are bearish. में अभी EOD follow through देखना है कि कोई इसमें what can I say? I can see that Crompton and PVR open high open low में भी आया था Crompton and PVR. So another indication. See, every page, right, and every signal, there are certain places, where you will get a trade at 9:15. Okay, open high open low is one such module where you will get an early morning trade. Okay, if you want more amount of confirmation, you can go and see whether it is above or below CPR. You want even more amount of confirmation, you go and see if it is in level 2. Even like even more confirmation, you go to CPR and see if it has crossed like level 1. Okay, so each of these kya hai na, for the stock to go and give all of these confirmations, it has to go and move above certain levels and cross certain milestones, right? as it's crossing more milestones, you are getting more confirmation, right? But if you want higher level of confirmation, you will have to wait little more. You won't get everything at 9:15. You will get this one thing, open high open low at 9:15. But आपको और confirmation आपको चाहिए, तो आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा. और अगर आपको वेट नहीं करना है, आपको 9:15 या 9:16 को ही ट्रेड लेना है, तो आप ये ओपन हाई ओपन लो देख सकते हो. यहाँ पे एग्जैक्टली आपको निकाल के दे देगा, लाइक यू आर सीइंग हियर, लाइक हाउ इट पिक्ड आउट पीवीआर राइट हियर इन द मॉर्निंग. इट वाज ओपन हाई, राइट, and it was level 1 straight up. Okay, so that was a way. Another way for you to sort of scan these candidates is all your stocks in level 1. What you can do is you can sort of add it to your you can add it to your watch list like this over here and keep it like level 1, right? And you can go to these various pages of NeoTrader. ऐसे अलग अलग पेज में you can go and you can choose that particular watch list. Okay, and you can see that from CPR from level 1 along with level 1 in what other thing it is giving me any confirmation if you want more. So you can always like go over here and you can wait 1 second. Here you can choose now level 1 and I can see that PVR and Crompton both were there. So from that whole level 1 list, if I had to take a long trade, I would have only taken a trade in these two stocks. So all of these things you can do. These are all the ways in which you can sort of analyze the market. But the important thing is that you are so easily able to find stocks. Okay, so easily you are able to find stocks. You don't have to really work that hard. You have to work smart. Okay, and what I'm showing you is a method to do smart work, right? All right, now let us go back to the Nifty chart and the Bank Nifty chart to see what is happening. See here, I can see that a successive slide has happened in the Bank Nifty, and it is a even bigger slide that happened in the Nifty. So the analysis that we've done so far has been perfectly on point. Okay, perfectly on point, accurate analysis we've done with the use of technical analysis. ठीक है, टेक्निकल्स यूज करके हमने perfectly आज का निफ्टी और आज का बैंक निफ्टी का मूव को हमने ट्रैक किया और आप लोग सब लोगों ने ये काम किया, right? You each one of you have written on the chat are talking about the view, so it is good that all of you guys have also successfully done it. 99% of the people in the market seeing the gap up opening would have gone long, but we were the guys who saw that there was no follow through and we didn't do that. Okay, so I think you all can pat yourself on the back for doing such good level of analysis. All right, okay, if you guys want me to analyze any stock, please write on the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep the stock analyzer page open, and if you guys want me to analyze any stock and tell you, please tell me the name of the stock and I'll be happy to do that. All right, okay, Sun Pharma. Okay, let's have a look at Sun Pharma. What do I see in Sun Pharma? It is on sell mode. Oh, it is on sell mode, and the particular 822 between P to S1. Okay, so as of now the stock is bearish, but it is between P to S1. Okay, so let me scroll a little more to see what is happening lower. So ये जो S1 level है ना 819, it is a very important zone. So if 822 है तो 819 के नीचे if it goes, you can look for a short trade in Sun Pharma. As of right now, it is in no trade zone, but the trend definitely is negative. और ये level break हुआ, so you can look for a downward move all the way to 812, you can keep your stop loss over here. ये दो के बीच में somewhere here you can keep your stop loss. Okay, here. Okay, view on LT. Okay, LNT का view देखते हैं. Let us go to LNT. LNT तो न्यूट्रल में है, बिल्कुल भी न्यूट्रल में है, एंड आई कैन सी दैट द trend in LNT overall is negative. Okay, over the year 18%, 6% down this month, 1.8% down in the week, but today it is flat. So LNT is completely flat, it is neutral, and it is between P to S1. Again, I will recommend the same strategy in LNT. It is 1555, so 1544, 10 rupees more if it falls. And if it is going to break this particular S1 level 1544 के नीचे, you can go short and you can keep your target as 1527 over here. और ये जो है ना 1555 के नीचे, जैसे 1551 के आसपास you can put your stop loss. All right, if I go to the chart of LNT, I'll see something very similar here. LT में मैं अगर जाऊँ, so ये देखना, it is fallen down and it is around and it has reached its pivot level. ठीक है, so morning में ये काफ़ी bearish था, but right now it is gone and it is stuck in the middle of CPR. Okay, so as long as it is stuck over here, you won't really have any movement, okay, in the stock. So the first thing that it needs to do is sort of fall below this, right? And after it's going to fall below this, it needs to at least break its S1 for you to take a fresh sort of short position. But if I have a look at this particular indicator here, हमको ये दिख रहा है कि LNT neutral में है, so the likelihood of the stock for falling more and breaking S1 is not much because it is in neutral. If like earlier when I showed you in Sun Pharma, this was in sell, but for LNT it is not in sell, it is in neutral. So that means some bit of the move is fizzled out, and you can see why that happened with this whole decline here. काफ़ी अच्छा selling हुआ यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे आके ये रुक गया, ठीक है. And if I go and look at the score, like bull score 7, bear score 14, so nothing sensational in terms of the score as well. Even the scores are indicative of the fact that LNT is neutral, ठीक है. तो विमल कुमार, I hope you are able to get a good view on LNT. समीर, LTI. समीर, हमने काफ़ी डिस्कशन ऑलरेडी कर दिया है LTI के ऊपर from the morning, yeah. So in the morning we saw that it was pretty much in action, LTI, but right now it seems to be, I think, taking a breather, ठीक है. तो इसमें जो भी एक्शन होना था वो हो गया मॉर्निंग में, ठीक है. ये इतना सा आया फॉल और यहाँ पे उसने सपोर्ट ले लिया पिवट पे. सो द होल थिंग इज कम एंड टेकन सपोर्ट एंड इट इज़ गोइंग. तो मेरे हिसाब से what will happen is you will see some bit of sideways movement here. So as of right now, LTI has also moved into the no trade zone. Your time to take the trade of LTI was over here, because if you see here, LTI would have come in open high, open low में LTI आया होगा मॉर्निंग में, ठीक है. उसके बाद you would have had a level 1, you would have had like a level 1, नहीं, you would not have had a breakdown over here. You would only have had a open high, open low here, ठीक है. Yeah, but CPR was narrow, if you can see. Because CPR was narrow, we saw a quick move. So as of the next few candles, what you will see is, because you can see that ये पूरा का पूरा न्यूट्रल है, ये LTI ये पिवट और ये R1 के बीच में टाइम पास करेगा, ठीक है. तो आपको देखना है कि ये स्टॉक अभी टाइम पास करने वाला है क्या कुछ मूवमेंट देने वाला है. सपोज ये टाइम पास ही करेगा ना, इट विल ओनली कीप मूविंग योर. इफ एनी ढंग का मूवमेंट विल कम, इट विल कम इफ इट इज गोइंग टू ब्रेक below the pivot or if it is going to break above R1. But if I have an overall look at the trend more or less is on the positive side. So what we saw right now was a reaction. Okay, so I don't think too much movement will come right now. Okay, ठीक है. Next, let us see Bajaj Finance. Mr. Kirit Shah has asked for Bajaj Finance, so I will do Bajaj Finance as well. And Mr. Kirit Shah, what do you see now? Bajaj Finance is on the buy mode, the pivot range R1 to R2. Okay, but हाँ एक चीज़ है यहाँ पे, Bajaj Finance is a stock that has been on a downtrend, and if we see today it is up, which is indicative of the fact that it is giving us a reaction in a downtrend. Okay, so it is always important, although हम intraday का देख रहे हैं ना, it is also important for us to go and see what is happening overall in the stock as well. तो उसके बेसिस पे भी अपने को आइडिया आएगा. So definitely momentum है, ये stock R1 की ऊपर भी है, so we should go and have a look at the chart of Bajaj Finance here. एंड मुझे ये नजर आ रहा है कि लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, डाउन ट्रेंड में इट इज़ गिविंग यू अ रिएक्शन. इट इज़ कम डाउन एंड इट इज़ टेकन सपोर्ट हियर एट R1 एंड प्रीवियस डे हाई. ओके, सो इट इज़ लुकिंग प्रिटी गुड. You can take a fresh long position for this stock, but your target is very small. Okay, डेफिनेटली इट इज़ इंडिकेटिव ऑफ अ फ्रेश लॉन्ग ईयर, क्योंकि वो R3 से आया है, R1 और प्रीवियस डे हाई के बीच में सपोर्ट लिया है. मोमेंटम इज स्टिल पॉजिटिव एंड वी हैव सीन अ ग्रीन कैंडल ईयर. सो यहाँ पे यू कैन टेक अ लॉन्ग ट्रेड, बट योर टारगेट विल बी स्मॉल एंड योर स्टॉप लॉस ऑल्सो विल बी स्मॉल. ओके, सो आई होप you know what to do, Mr. Kirit Shah. All right. Yes, good morning, Mr. Went short. No, why would you go short? See, like there is no reason to go short. अभी ये देखो, if you go to Bajaj Finance here, ठीक है, like यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है कि this one is in buy. Okay, और ये जो है, ठीक है, like it is at support. If you want to go short, at least wait for it to go below the CPR, right? Like wait for it to go below. And if you want to go, if you had to go short, it would have been a good idea to go short over here at R3, around R3. So you say that around R35592, if you've gone short, like, and it is currently at 5536, around here would be a good time for you to sort of cover your short position in the stock, because it is moved down and it is very clearly taken support here in this zone, and it is shown one green candle here. ठीक है, तो it may not go below this level. Okay, but even if it goes, right, the whole idea is for you to use this level to plan your trade. ठीक है, अभी ये वाला आप जो एनालिसिस कर रहे हो, you can use this particular analysis to plan. If you've not gone long, you know that your target is small. If you've gone short, you know that you can sort of book some profits over here. Okay, and all what I'm saying, okay, Kirit Shah, is from the perspective of intraday. Okay, I'm not saying from a multi-day or positional perspective. I'm only talking from an intraday perspective. ठीक है, तो ये वाला जो 5500 का है ना लेवल, 5500 इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट फॉर द स्टॉक. ओके, 5500, it so you can keep all of these things in mind and you can plan your trade. ठीक है, all right, anyone else? Balrampur Chini. ठीक है, let us look at Balrampur Chini. what am I seeing in Balrampur Chini? Again, Balrampur Chini in the neutral zone. If I have a, okay, आप बताओ मेरे को, आप लोग मेरे को बोलो, ओके आप लोग मेरे को बोलो कि आपको इसमें क्या लगता है, ये बलरामपुर चीनी अगर बुलिश है, बेरिश है या न्यूट्रल है, मेरे को लिख के बताओ चैट पे आप लोग सब, ठीक है। इसका बेयर स्कोर इज 7, उसका उसका बुल स्कोर इज 28, ठीक है। या आप लोग सबको क्या लगता है ऑन दिस स्टॉक बलरामपुर चीनी? इज इट बुलिश, इज इट बेरिश, इज इट न्यूट्रल, व्हाट इज इट? ओके, let us go and let us see now on the chart, like what is it now, like it opened and moved up very strongly, okay, it moved up really strongly in the morning, but it could not break above its previous day's high. It could not give a close above that high, took resistance, moved all the way down again, and has taken support here on the pivot zone, okay, taken support, and currently now in the no trade zone, right, to sort of so what it seems like is it is going to consolidate here, and if it makes a fresh move above, what we can do is, if it's going to make a fresh move up, we can look for this level of 404, and we can decide to enter 404 if it if it's going to break this particular band. I do not see it breaking below its pivot as of now, because if you see, when it came down, the entire move has gone and halted at the CPR. See, like one thing all of you people should know and appreciate, that these levels that are there, like this CPR level, this pivot level, R1 level, S1 level, these are very very powerful levels of the market. We have analyzed so many charts today. You can see in almost every chart, any move that is coming, it is going and it is ending over here only, right? Or if a new move is starting, it is going to start from here. Okay, so all of these levels that are there, they are very very important point. They are like magnets, okay. It's going to like if the stock is around there, खींच के उसके पास आएगा ही, उसके बाद ही निकलेगा उधर से. सो आप लोग को ना ये लेवल्स जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और ये लेवल्स के साथ काम करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, ठीक है. एंड इन द मॉर्निंग वी डिड द सेम थिंग विद निफ्टी एंड द बैंक निफ्टी. सेम एनालिसिस किया, वी यूज्ड ऑल ऑफ दीज लेवल्स ओनली, और हमको बहुत ईजिली मालूम पड़ गया कि यार आज निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी में अप मूव नहीं आने वाला है, ठीक है. और ये सेम थिंग अभी इसमें भी मालूम पड़ गया. द स्टॉक इज फॉलिंग डाउन. शुड आई शॉर्ट द स्टॉक नाउ बिकॉज इट इज फॉलिंग? नो, आई विल नॉट शॉर्ट द स्टॉक नाउ, right, because it has come and it is resting at a support zone, so I will not short it. Only if it does it look like it is going to break below its support zone. No, it does not even look like it's going to break below its support, because it is neutral. And I see that Ichimoku bear score is only 7, but the bull score is 28, okay. So the bull score is higher than the bear score, so the chances of, and it is in neutral and not in sell, so the chances of that support holding is high. पर उसका ये मतलब है कि मैं अभी खरीदना चाहिए क्या? एक ये होता है P2R1, दैट इज नो ट्रेड जोन. ये वो वाला जो लिखा है ना, ये पूरा का पूरा नो ट्रेडिंग जोन है. ये R1 का जो लेवल है ना, ये क्रॉस होने के बाद ही उस पर हम कोई भी बुलिश व्यू लेंगे. हमको नो ट्रेड जोन में कुछ नहीं करना है, ठीक है. हमको बस वॉच करना है, तभी पेशेंस रखना है. हर ट्रेड में जंप मारने का ज़रूरत नहीं है. वी डोंट नीड टू सॉर्ट ऑफ चेज स्टॉक्स, ओके. वी विल डू थिंग्स एट आर कंफर्ट, राइट. एंड व्हेन वी आर following the framework like this, where we are looking at momentum dials, where we are looking at Ichimoku scores, where we're looking at Fibonacci pivot levels, right, we are in control of our whole trade, right? Okay. Yes, Chinmay, you're absolutely right. Balrampur shows neutral and it is neutral, no? Right now. What is it? ये न्यूट्रल ही तो है यहाँ पे. अभी ये जो था मॉर्निंग में बेरिश था, पूरा ये बेरिश मूव खत्म होने के बाद ये सपोर्ट पे अभी टाइम पास कर रहा है. तो एंड वो P2 R1 के बीच में है अभी. सो इट इज़ एन इंडिकेशन दैट इट इज़ न्यूट्रल. इट विल ओनली बिकम बेरिश इफ इट कम्स ओवर ईयर. पिवट के नीचे CPR के नीचे आ गया यहाँ पे, तो जाके वो बेरिश होगा. तो एज ऑफ राइट नाउ वो न्यूट्रल ही है. इट इज न्यूट्रल, और बिकॉज इट इज स्टिल अबाउ CPR, वी विल से न्यूट्रल विद अ स्मॉल बुलिश बायस, राइट. ठीक है. तो ये वे में ना, द मेथड दैट आई शोड यू नाउ, यू पीपल कैन एनालाइज एवरी स्टॉक इन द मार्केट, एवरी स्टॉक, एंड आपको सिर्फ 2-3 सेकेंड्स लगने वाला है ये एनालिसिस करने के लिए. आपको कुछ 1 घंटा बैठ के चार्ट पे स्टेयर करके, यू डोंट नीड टू डू सम lengthy research, right? You only need to sort of keep navigating to various trades, like pages like these, and like once you are done navigating, and like once you've seen like more and more pages, right, and you have looked out at your stocks, you will get an idea on what you need to do. And if I have to take one last view at the Nifty, I can see that it is making a fresh down move. My sense is that it will go to its CPR and it will go and settle down for a while over here at CPR. If I have a look at Bank Nifty also, it is it is doing something similar. I think Bank Nifty will take some support at its previous days high का जो level है, like यहाँ पे आके it is going to go and take support, and your previous day high level zone is also an area of the gap, so it might come and rest here before making any fresh movement. Again, I am going now back to the dashboard. Yeah, I'm going back now to the dashboard, and I see that more number of stocks have come in the red now. More number of stocks are bearish. Almost 14 stocks are in the bearish zone. No stocks are in the bullish zone. So let me go down, and I see that all of these stocks have moved in here. Yeah, all of these stocks. And if I let me go to the Nifty 50, yeah, and when I choose Nifty 50, I see that Reliance has completely given up its gains. Okay, all of you, in the morning when we were analyzing the Nifty, Reliance was leading, right? And we also discussed that Reliance will have to continue to lead in case the Nifty will have to hold on. Okay, we saw that Reliance has given up. There was no other high weighted stock that was supporting the Nifty, and we saw how the move in the Nifty has crumbled. All right, and almost everything is flat here on the Nifty, yeah, and just one stock, Power Grid, which is in the red zone, right, and on the green zone, barely have any gainers on the green today on a Nifty, right? Let me go to the Nifty Bank. I'm seeing from open, guys. I'm not seeing from close, I'm seeing from open. If I go to the Nifty Bank also, I see a very sedate view here. Yeah. So again, now looking at the breadth reading of the Nifty and looking at the breadth reading of the Bank Nifty, what I think will happen, right? Because there is not much action happening here, and because we are seeing that the Nifty is very close to its CPR level, it will, I think, just drag down towards its CPR, and it will move little bit, sideways. And similarly for the Bank Nifty, it should go towards its previous day's high, like we mentioned here, and it will show some sort of sideways move. Okay, and here when we see the Nifty, like exactly, like see, it has come to its CPR already. Okay, so what did I say earlier about these levels? These levels are like magnets, literally like magnets. इट इज़ गोइंग टू पुल द प्राइस, उसके आसपास रहेगा ना तो खींच के वो आएगा ही वो उस पर, ठीक है. सो नाउ अगेन I think I have more or less covered whatever I had to say, and I have also analyzed all of the stocks and given you. Let's see what happened in Balram Chini. Yeah, I see that again. I see that Balrampur Chini is still in the middle of CPR, so it is not yet given up. It will only give up if it goes below this. Okay, it is still in between your CPR level. इस पे अटका है तो आई थिंक इस पे अटका रहेगा कुछ टाइम के लिए. unless it breaks below this, it does not become bearish. Okay, right? So even though we are seeing this whole move, for it to properly go into a downtrend, it needs to sort of give a close below the CPR, and right now it is stuck between the CPR. So let us see what happens. There is going to be some fighting that will happen over here that you can keep an eye on. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in today, and thanks a lot for being such a great audience and such an engaging audience. Yeah, and with that, I have reached the end of today's live session. All of you people can go and you can visit our website, that is neotrader.in. that is our website, and if you go to the description of this particular YouTube video, you will find the link of our website. You will also find the links of our Telegram channel. On our Telegram channel, we are posting reports on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, so it's going to be very useful for all of you all to sort of go and read and analyze those reports. And of course, you can reach us over here, right? That's our phone number and that is our email. So if any of you are having some questions that you want to ask or anything, you can just drop in an email at support@neotrader.in and you can get in touch with our team. All right. Okay, then with that, I have reached the end. So have a great day of trading, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great week ahead. My name is Aditya Iyer. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader, and I'm signing off for today. Bye-bye and have a great day. Thank you.